Hello people, thanks for watching this video. In this video I want to show you how to set up a modular synthesizer design in Linux. I use Arch Linux here. You should be able to get this Pro Audio stuff running in almost every Linux distribution. When not sure, you should use something like Ubuntu Studio, by example, or like I do, use an Arch Linux. Okay, I will start. First, there are two programs running already. On the one hand, it is the Jack server. I control it with the program Cadence, and I've started it. I can close the Cadence software, and it is then as a small icon here in this area. And I use the program Carla. Carla is started without any additions. I have only added a client here, Jack input client. It's for you that you can hear my synth playing when I record them with OBS. So here at OBS you see this is the Jack input client, and so I mix it with my voice so you can hear the synths playing. I had to install my Arch Linux to a new version. It was not bootable, so I made a new installation. It worked very well, this installation, and after this I first did nothing with audio, and then I thought, okay, let's have a look at the audio software, and I was astonished. There was a new add-on here in Carla, a new synthesizer. It's when you use here add plugin, you can choose here add type. Okay, I want to only see instruments, and then I found here a thing that's named Cardinal-Synth. I thought, okay, have a look at it. It showed up not very big, only two outputs, a MIDI output, a MIDI input. Okay, I connected my MIDI keyboard to it. It's a very small keyboard. Manufacturer is Worlde, and it's named Panda Mini. It's short, so I can put it in front of my monitor. Okay, now first I connect the audio output to the system and to your thing for the OBS recording, and now have a double click on Cardinal-Synth, and I thought, oh, it looks good, so zoom it up, and I get a playground for modular synth modules. The first thing I will do now is to delete these parts here. This part we need later. This we don't need, and this. Okay, here I have a Midi Host for my keyboard, and this is the output, so you can hear what I'm playing or my synth is playing. Okay, I have one thing. You can press the right mouse button, and then you have a ladder of many modules. It's very hard to find the correct modules, but you have possibilities to filter this by the branch of the programming label and by tags, so arpeggiator, digital delay or whatever. So first what I put in are blank covers. I use this HAL 9000 thing here, so my synth will not move to the left, and I can put it here many times. I think 4 columns will be enough for the first synth. So here I will start here creating my first synth. So I change the filter to oscillator, but I will put it to all tags and put the branch to Bock Audio. These are modules I liked or have started to like, because they are not too overloaded by graphics and work well. So now with this thing here, I can now change this to oscillator, and I find here, okay, it's a VCO, a voltage controlled oscillator. I have here one. I click to here and press 2 times, so I have 3 of these oscillators. I will put in a second synthesizer here on the second column. So this one needs only 2 of these, and this, the last one, only 1. Okay. So now I put in mixers to mix these oscillators together. I change now here this back from oscillator to mixer, and now I have the mixers of Bock Audio, and I use this mixer here. I put it here, another copy there, and here I don't need a mixer because I have only 1 oscillator. Now we put in the envelope generators. These are named, I can change this here to envelope generator, or I can use a search thing and search for RDSR by example. I use this small RDSR here, it's good enough, and I create a copy of this. Here we also need 2 of these, and here of course also 2 envelope generators, 1 for the filter and 1 for the voltage controlled amplifier. Before adding the filter, I put in a low frequency oscillator. So click here, change the tag to low frequency oscillator, and I have some, but this here is the only that fits my needs. So I have it here, put it there, put it there. Now we need the filter. Okay, change the tags to filter, and I have this nice filter here. It works very well, so I put it there and there. And now we only need to add the voltage controlled amplifier. So let's have a look. Tags filter. I don't know what the program needs to as a tag, so I change this to all tags and type in here VCA, and then I have here this VC amp is the name. It's working very well. I put it here, here, and here. VC amp, yes. Okay, now I want to add some things here. I want to use a sequencer, so I change this to all brands and tags to sequencer. And here this VCA, this need to be deleted. I also I know what the brand it's with I impromptu. Yes, these are nice sequencers. I can use this one here. These are 23-step sequencers. I also can use this things here. It's a 64-step sequencer. It does not have the visual like this one. So I think I'll start with this one here. I'll put in another of these ones here. And later we need to add some thing to combine these sequences. We need a clock generator. So that is the thing with jumping from left to right. So where I put in here a clock generator, all brands tags clock generator, and I use this clock generator here. I think I can move it. Okay, we can later sort all these things. So here this clock generator, I start with this small frequency to program to look at this sequencer, but first we wire the VCOs. I have an output here, it's control voltage. It comes from, it's something that can be used here with this MIDI interface too. I will put this MIDI interface in front here, and now I use the output of my MIDI keyboard first to put in here on this and the second sequencer. When you want to connect a second thing with the same output, you press Control, and then you have two wires and you can connect both. Now the first control voltage, it's for this synthesizer here. It's this input, and I have 3 of this oscillator, so I connect all 3. They have 4 waveforms: rectangle, sawtooth, triangle, and sine wave. And I prefer for a bass synthesizer this sawtooth waveform. So I put it to the inputs here. 1, the second, and the third I use the triangle, put it here, and this output here, it's I use only left output, and put this to the input of the filter, and the filter output to the input of the voltage controlled amplifier. That's almost everything. We have here two gate inputs. I use this gate output here, put it to this, and with control connect the second one. The first envelope out I put here on the filter to FM, and the second to the control voltage here of this voltage controlled amplifier. Okay, now here the low frequency oscillator. I can use the sine or triangle. These don't make sense in my thoughts. Perhaps other men will find it cool to have a sawtooth which is to be used to modulate the VCF. I prefer these up and down going things, and this is a sine or a triangle. So I put this to V oct, and I have here some knobs that I can use to change the voltages. So what should be done is to tell the program to use the scroll wheel to move the knobs, so then you can use the scroll wheel to rotate the knob. It's very better than the normal function. Okay, first synthesizer is almost connected. Now I will first set up the third synthesizer. This should not be controlled by the sequencers. This should be used as a output for my when playing my keyboard. So I put this here, and the gate, this is this one here. I also put this to this gate and this. Now I want to play with a triangle. Put this on the VCF as input, output to the VC amp. Then I have this output to FM, this output to I have this is bad connected. It should be put there, and this is the control voltage. Have a look here. Have I done it correct? Yes, it is okay. And finally, we don't hear anything. I need to put in a mixer, and there you have very powerful mixes. I change this here to mix. Is it mix or mixer? Here, mixer. And these ones here, they work well and make much fun. I use this 9-channel mixer. Put it to here. I can move it later to another place. And now I can connect the outputs of this voltage controlled amplifiers to this mixer. We have here the signal output to the left, and the second one, it's a mono output, so I put it to left and right. This here also, this is the second channel. You can zoom with the control key and the mouse wheel when something is not cannot be viewed very well. So, and this one I put two this thing here. So I have 3 channels for 3 synths. I want to add some effects. So I put the effects here and put this to all tracks, and now I can search here. I want to use a reverb. I use this plateau reverb here, and next one I want to use a delay. I use this delay here, put it to there, and let's use a chorus. Take this and a phaser. Frequency Oscillator. Phaser feedback. Okay, this I think will work well. So now you have here these knobs in red, yellow, blue and violet, and these are needed to tell what channel puts input to one of these modules. So the red, I use it for the reverb. So the reverb has a left and a right input. So these are the returns. I must use this outputs here. This is left and right in, and the outputs are connected to here. And the second thing here, you put this to, we have in A and B, so okay, A and B, and the output are here, so out A, out B. This one here, we only have, oh, we have 2 inputs. First input, second input, and first output, second output, and here with only 1 input and 1 output, so we connect it this way. Okay, we have connected these things. Now I want to connect the output here so we can hear something. This is done here. Here I can control the volume. Double clicking also always gets back to 0 dB. Okay, you see here it's something happening when I press keys on my keyboard, but no sound. This is here connected to it's at complete silence. So move that, and now I hear something. I hope you hear something too. Now I can choose this sound, how many how much should be the reverb be used. So use it with this knob here. This is for delay, and here a bit of chorus and a bit of phasing. I need to tell the thing here too that I want to use the inputs for this, and here I can now tell how what the volume for this effects. And now I play again. You see here the outputs, and you hear the reverb thing. Now let's have a look here. I put the feedback of the delay. We put this to maximum. Change the timing. Okay, now to the interesting part, the thing with this bass synthesizer here. I have connected the control voltage of my MIDI keyboard to the control voltage in of these both sequencers, and I need to add here a logic thing to create a sum out of the output here, control voltage, and the control voltage of the second sequencer. So change back here, brand is Borg Audio, and this is okay. That's good. Great. Take this one. And here we have two inputs. The first one should go from here, but I disconnect these here. So first goes to this one, second from this one, and this is a sum, and this is connected now to the inputs of these three things there. I create a copy here of this. So we have a copy, and this is used for the second channel, and the sum is connected to there and there. The gate 2, I use it here on this envelope generators. Here I use this, I use the sawtooth for both, and here the left to the input of the filter. First gate to the FM, second gate to the control voltage here, and the output here from the filter to the input of the voltage controlled amplifier. So the LFO I also use here. I use a triangle, put it to here, and we will have to alter these settings here to get something that sounds well. Now you hear what I'm playing, and now I want to program the first sequencer. The second sequencer I will put it to a halt mode. I will use it later. So we have here 23 steps. I put this here back to 8. I only want to have 8 steps, and now I can walk here with this thing. When I put it to stop mode, you see here it's moving, but I'm not sure if the control voltage 2 here, control voltage 1, which works well. We don't hear anything. I think it has to do with the settings here for this envelopes. So I now have a try. Is it now working better? I need to put this so we can hear anything. So another check. Okay, we hear the note C4. Now I can press a note. I put my keyboard into another octave. Now I press right, and this is the first note I've written. So now I choose the notes for the sequence I want to use. And okay, now let's listen to it. It's not running. Why is it not running? I don't have the clock connected, so first we use this clock output here and put it here to this clock. And now okay, now I change the speed here to a lower speed, something about 90. I can press the right button and tell it 90 beats per minute. And now I can change here the multiplication for the clock to, by example, 4. Okay, now let's change the values here for filter and this envelope generators. Okay, I'm not, I don't like the sequence I've programmed, so I will change it a bit. Okay, put this to D2. Okay, this looks better. So I write this A here and then C. Okay, now I put in the second thing here. It's a second sequencer. This is used to transpose the notes of this thing here. So I change the clock generator here, the second clock. It should be divided by 32 and put the second clock to the clock input of the second sequencer. It's here. And now I want to program this. C4 is the correct value to get this thing like it is working now. This is for the first note, and the second note I now can transpose it to an F value. Let's have a try. Did not work. Oh, worked. And the next one is already programmed, C4, then use a G, then a C, and now a and a G and an E. So I also use only here these 8 steps. So put this to 8, and I can start it now by pressing on 1. Now you hear the transposition of the output, and it is all done automatically. Now we can try here to get another sound for the keyboard. Okay, stoppage. We have here a reset button somewhere. Is it copy paste one word? Okay, put it back with this. Stop the clock generator here. Start here. Start here. And now we start both. Okay, we stop the clock generator. We set this here, stop both, put them back to the first value, and I can first I disconnect the clock here, so this stays on the first bar. And now we can try to program a second sequence. I put here channel 2. I have here these nodes. I have connected them already to the second synth, but the second synth has no output. So start here, start it and run it. Okay, and have a look why it does not really sound loud. It's I have to change these values here. Okay, put in some effects. And now we program this here. It's all on C. It's not good chosen, so okay, let's start again. Okay, stop this thing here. And the second connect this part here again with the clock. There. We set it to the first note. Here, put it to the first note. Put both to one mode and start the clock. Use the other hand for the mouse. Start over. This one. This one. 1, 1. It always gets too fast to the F4 mode. I don't know why. Okay, now I've used some values that are not really useful, but you can see you don't need to create music that follows conventions. Okay, that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like such videos, please leave an abo here and a press on the bell brings you a mail when you get I create a new video. And many thanks for watching, and like to see you again. Bye.